Okay, so that was a small cinematic of the map I just made, which is Through Space for Dragon Escape Mineplex. And basically, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big, long talk on what it's about. And so first off, everybody spawns in this cargo ship I built. And they jump on the boxes that they let out. So they have to like hop on these. And there are two paths you can take. The slightly longer one, that's slightly easier, and the slightly harder one, which is slightly shorter. So if you're really, really good at parkour, this one's good for you. If you're not, that one's good. I'd always recommend doing that one, because most people would probably fail at that one. That was actually pretty hard. And then there is actually two that you have to jump onto here. And there's another asteroid right there that will, most of the time, will cause you to bonk your head and fail. And you can jump on this one and jump off. I also have this thing right here, which I know looks like a bumblebee stinger, but that's not what it was meant to look like. It was meant to look like a drill, which, like, it does. It's mining asteroids. And so once you go to here, you can climb up this. And in the cinematic, you might be kind of confused at this part. So at this point, I was still thinking herds of people would still probably be coming. And to be bound, at least one person would fall in here. Maybe not every single time, but someone is probably going to fall in here. So I made it so you're forced to do parkour. This is a hard jump, which is a big time waster, I guess. And then you have to use one of your leaps to get out because you're really punished for falling in a one block hole. And then this part, this took forever to build. And yes, this whole map is hand built except for one part. But these are rockets, rainbow rockets, and you know, it looks like they could be copy and pasted because the fire is the exact same. But I just copied the fire and placed the blocks exactly the same. And you have to jump on their needles that are on the top. And then you have to jump on this. And you don't want to jump this way. But there are lasers that you have to jump across there. And there's this gunship I made where it has like 4 thrusters that make it go straight up. And then you jump across these lasers. And into this room. And then you need to jump onto these UFOs, which this is the part that wasn't handmade. I hand built these two. And then I copy and paste, I used the clone command to clone them. And yeah. There's all this you can do. A bunch of jumps. Which I think some people probably could fail on these. Those aren't super hard though, they're just a bunch of UFOs. And then this, you might already know what it is, but some people might not. Well, obviously, never mind. You already know what this is because you saw it in the cinematic. And this is the Death Star, and it's shooting a beam. Yeah, this took me a long time too because it's a pretty big globe. And it's shooting into the planet, so you have to run across the beam, and then into the core, or nether inside, whatever you want to call it. And you have to jump across these. You can use your leap to skip this, and go right here. But, you know, who cares? That's what leaps are for. And then, there's the final thing, which is Earth. I decided to make it smaller, partly because I was a little bit lazy. I've been working on this map for way too long. And I think like every single map has a really small one of these, so I didn't want to make like this map be the only one with one large thing. And there's a 4-block leap right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks. So it is next to impossible, but it's not impossible. I just wondered how many people rage if I did that. And I think that's really the map. On the globe, it actually has correct continents. There's North America, South America. Except I decided not to put Antarctica in the North Pole, the South Pole and the North Pole, because I just didn't care. And there's the North America, South America, uh, Africa. I don't know why I was just drawing a blank there. And then I built Asia. And then there's Europe, but I mean, I guess that one's kind of hard to make. And plus, you could easily think that Europe's right there. And then there's not right there. There's Oceania's right here, or Australia, whatever you call it. I think Oceania is the term. If I'm wrong, then I'm stupid. So that's that, and this is just the globe, and it's the end of the map. So this map, if I didn't already say, is going to be called Through Space. And I had quite a lot of fun building this map. It was just me. However, my brother, he did give me a couple ideas. I had the idea of like a space map, and he said the space map would be good, so I decided, who cares, let's go space map. And he just gave me quite a lot of ideas. I think I had most of the ideas. Yeah, the thing was, I already had the idea. He gave me the idea of the asteroid belt and the cargo bays, but I already had the idea of the cargo bays, and I was thinking about putting an asteroid belt in at some point. So those weren't really his ideas. I don't really count those because I also came up with them, and I was going to put them in. I don't know how he came up with them, and I also did, but the rockets were my ideas. That's one of the most things I'm proud of. Also the lasers. I have some pretty unique jumps in this map. But I think that's probably gonna wrap it up for this video. The map is called Through Space. I don't know exactly how long I spent on it, but I spent a while on it. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video.